Alright, so for this game, I decided to play the Great Horde, and right off the bat, I go after Ryazan because if there's a Muscovy player, they should go after Ryazan, which is, it doesn't put the Horde in like a advantageous position in the game. So I just decided to get Ryazan first, and then I'm going for Kazan, which is also to deter Moscow. Because, like, if you're playing the Horde, a Moscow player could really, like, be very detrimental to your game, and I don't really want that. The Moscow player here seemed pretty friendly, but I mean, I didn't want a Moscow on my border. I feel kind of bad for doing that, but I mean, not really, just kind of for the self-defense generally. Oh, by the way, Lithuania is revolting over there, but if you're trying to play like a small Russian nation, I recommend allying the Horde, because they're usually a pretty good bulwark against Moscow. Like, if you're trying to like a depth front, you might want to ally the Horde instead of like Novgorod. Because Novgorod, if they take Moscow, they might just take Veps, because that's just kind of their like general sphere of influence, that area up there. Anyway, here I'm trying to form the Golden Horde, which is basically Great Horde but bigger. So I'm going to Central Asia, which is starting off with Nogay, or Nogai, the unfun way to pronounce it. But the Timurids also want a piece of Central Asia, so a little bit later you should expect to see like a little race to get Transoxiana. But as of there, I was just coring some stuff, because as of being the Horde, you should really remember to core stuff, because if you don't, you could probably have some, pretty big problems. I've done a Horde run once, and I didn't core stuff, and it didn't end that well. But anyway, here I'm competing with the Timurids to siege more of Transoxiana, because I don't want to have too little land for the formable. And it turns out not to be a big issue, by the way. But anyway, I'm just gathering my army here against the rebels over there, and I form a Golden Horde. So early game went off to a pretty good start. I'm trying to convert my provinces here. I take off Smolensk, which is one of the Lithuanian rebels, and I'm trying to get Novgorod here. I pay attention to my coring cost, because if you're the Horde, it just costs a lot to core this stuff. Like, it's a bit ridiculous, but that's just kind of how it is sometimes. But nevertheless, I'm doing pretty fine. I just relegate those Novgorod, Moscow to the corner, basically. I think I invade Moscow, but that's about it. Here I invade the Crimean Khanate to try and get, more land. One thing I think I do later is trying to go after Pskov, because that's just for trade. It's pretty good for a Novgorod tile. Like, if you're playing the Horde and you're trying to consolidate Russia, you might want to get that area, because it's pretty good for your trade. But for trade, I recommend just like doing resource extraction, that kind of stuff. Anyway, here I'm preparing an army. I go after Moscow with the, Horde CB, which is actually pretty good, but I think it goes away after like 1650 generally, which is not that fun for playing the Horde, but by 1650 you should probably have your stuff be stabilized. I mean, not necessarily, but it's probably stabilized by then, so you're probably fine. Anyway, here I decided to do like the big war of this game against Poland. Now, Poland has allies, that's the problem. And I thought Prussia would potentially like peace out, but they don't. So it tends out to be like a long, sloggy war that ends up looking like I'm losing for like a lot of it. Even though I do have a little victory earlier, before that defeat. Just for a while it looks like I'm losing, because I mean, I am losing for like the first half of the war. But basically, Hungary, Poland, and Prussia are trying to siege Russia. I have an ally with the Persians, so they help out a little bit, but it doesn't help that much in this specific theater of the war. The Ottomans drive their attention south for a little bit, so I was able to take Kiev and not have my war score go down that much, which is pretty good, but I got smacked by the Prussian army there and I got bankrupt, so yeah, I didn't manage the economy that well, but I went out to help the Ottomans to like get them get them going in this area. Basically, we get hungry. I declined the war treaty after some pondering. Well, I let it expire. Then I go after Prussia, which brings a whole new front to the war, which is where I was talking about the winning part. Prussia went bankrupt, I think, around here. So it's basically just Poland left, and I pieced out Prussia. Yeah, I pieced out Prussia, but like a little bit later, I think. But I'm just invading Poland, and I win. Yep, there we go. So the consequence of that war is that the Ottomans have really bad borders in the Balkans, and I mean really bad. I mean, I get what they're trying to do, I think, but, I mean, it's just, you know, it's not like he has a formula or anything, I think. It's just like, I mean, he just got it hungry. I guess that's the point. I told him he should probably fix that. But anyway, I think here I go after Pskov for the trade I mentioned earlier. I went a little bit too early, so I lost a little bit more troops than I wanted to. But it's fine, I got Pskov, and also there's a battery but thing. It's fine, don't worry. Here I'm allied to Sweden, I think, but Sweden didn't join the former war. But we're still on decent terms, I guess. Sweden wasn't... They didn't have that much of an influence in the wars of this game. So I basically just pan around the map for a little bit. I'm just kind of figuring out what to do. I'm just looking at Hungary, basically looking at Poland, looking at my autonomy, and just fixing some other stuff. Just looking at Iraq, basically. And I muster an army, and I go after Iran. But the thing is, Iran has like a pretty big army that's coming out for the Caucasus, and it just kind of screwed stuff up for a little bit, because I thought they'd invade more, you know, of Central Asia in the meantime, but they just didn't. It's AI, so, you know, that's just kind of how that works. But if it was a player, I think they'd, you know, take more advantage of that. Anyway, here I'm just basically pulverizing Iran. In a bit, I think I zoom out, and it just looks like very large, this horde. I guess take this run a little bit further than the end date. It's about as big as the occupation zone in Iran, like on the scale of the map. I basically just take Hungary after the thing ends, and a little bit other areas like Croatia. Basically, I just made the Ottomans, you know, for simplicity. Okay, so here I'm taking Herat because that's the war goal for the Iranians. Then I could just go south trying to get some more war score. The Ottomans unrivaled me, I unrivaled the Ottomans, and we allied. I had a little bit of trouble finding out where the unrivaled button was because I just forgot. And I lost more troops over there because mismanagement. I mean, that's fine, I guess, but, you know, not that great. But anyway, I take a little screenshot there, and I take over basically Transoxiana. But, like, not now. Yep, there we go. Well, I mean, the territory of Transoxiana, like, earlier, not like, never mind, it's fine. I'm just coring some stuff now, because I don't want unrest in my lands. I was checking out the Americas here. I was trying to buy an island from Sweden to colonize Greenland with. Because Horde Greenland is kind of funny. East Frisia, they went away to Mexico, which is like a strategy you could do in this game. You just flee to like the Americas and just get your stuff up there. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention Navarre is like a pretty powerful country in this game, and people are doing like an anti-British coalition because they went after East Frisia, and the British just end up leaving, which is, I mean, yeah, it's kind of funny. Well, not really. That's fine. Here I'm trying to claim some more Poland. I'm trying to do like a war thing, and I asked them in. And they said yeah, so we go in. One note here is that Persia didn't form for like a while, but some guy joined and he formed Persia, so that's a pretty cool side note. We didn't actually have to seize Vilnius, you know, the Lithuanian capital with the fort on it, Yeah, we didn't do that. I just went after Poland here for, maybe better borders. But I just kind of look like the Soviet Union if it was a horde right now. I mean, those aren't bad borders for the horde, but, the north is kind of puffy. So I went after Muscovy, and I won pretty easily. Then I go further north, and, oh, by the way, Sweden didn't want anything here, I think, so we don't really have any troubles from the Swedes. I built a I built a port there later, and, okay, yeah, the British are getting clobbered. I forgot to mention that, they just got coalitioned. It's pretty nice. But anyway, Perm just went away. Now I go after Veps, but I had some second thoughts about Veps, so I just kind of vassalized it. I'd rather just have it as a vassal than annex it. And Italy formed a generalist still in, Crimea and Russia, so I kicked them out. And also Theodore was also there. They got like a shot at it, I guess. Here I'm mostly just like cleaning up the Caucasus, basically. I'm trying to divide it with Persia because there's a new Persia player. I asked him to get like a coastline on the Black Sea, so if he's in a war, he could potentially like access stuff. He didn't claim Abkhazia, so I just kind of got it, basically. The problem with not coring is that you get revolts, and that was kind of prevalent there. Now I'm just kind of vibing, just chilling, looking around the map, and looking at Persia, doing Persia stuff. Just investing in my trades to, try and fix them, because I don't want to be collecting in Astrakhan the whole time. I want to move to Novgorod eventually. But that doesn't happen now. The Ottomans are at war with Spain, and it's not that big of a war, but I sent some troops over, like 45,000, not that big of a deal. But I was checking a culture map there, and I was planning to go after Poland. Now with Poland, the problem is it costs a lot to claim, and I didn't really want to deal with that much. So I'm just watching over there, seeing how the Ottomans are doing, and I decide to just do both, but like not as much as Poland, not as much of Poland, like as Lithuania. But anyway, I just marched them through Europe because Portugal had a navy, and I didn't want to deal with that nonsense. Spain also existed, by the way. Yeah, he's there too. Little side note, the player count is starting to decrease in the game, but we're approaching somewhere near the end of the run. Morocco, we were just teaching Morocco there, but Spain just kind of butchered their borders. I don't really like what they did to I don't like what they did to Morocco. But anyway, here I go after Poland again, and I get my army up, and fix the stuff in Central Asia. And then I invade Poland. Well, it's actually Belarus, but whatever. So first we go to Latvia and Lithuania, then we go after like the important parts, the fort down there. This siege actually takes like a long while, because it's Poland. That's just kind of how that works. But you can see like the years flashing by on the corner. Well, anyway. I finished pouring stuff, and Sweden is just kind of vibing. I try to go after Poland again because I might as well just get the Russian Empire borders, but like on a discount. Here I'm trying to convince Sweden to become Muslim, like make a Muslim Sweden. That'd be kind of cool. And I get Greenland finally. Anyway, here I'm going after Poland because I want to get those borders, And I break the lines with Sweden, and I, get the stuff set up. Anyway, here comes the second long siege of Poland's fort city. I guess as they say it. It's a star fort, I think. Yeah, star fort. But I forgot he didn't have like a single tile like those two tiles, so a little delay there, but the culture map looks kind of weird. So that's kind of like distracting my attention for like a little bit there. But there's a long siege going on there. So I just form an army, form another army, and reinforce it. I think I do that again, but this siege takes a long while. But anyway, Prussia's name tag is kind of butchered. I don't really like that how that is. But Sweden is just, he's not having a good time economically right now. That's just, yeah, he's not having a good time. But anyway, I finally finished Poland. It took a while. One thing on the map is autonomy. Like, with autonomy, if you're playing the Golden Horde, you might want to, keep a track on that, because if you use the Horde expansion, CB usually comes 85% autonomy with, like, provinces you conquer. And that's not that great for the economy, honestly. Anyway, Sweden's mostly Muslim now, but you might want to keep a track on the autonomy. Just make sure you don't have that much unrest first, because if you lower the autonomy and you have unrest, like forcefully, you might get screwed. But anyway, Sweden leaves in a little bit, and I just fight the Ottomans, because, I might as well. I also do the culture conversion stuff and religious stuff. Just like making the Golden Horde look better. Vevs is still in the corner, by the way. It's just chilling there. I'm trying to convince Sweden to invade Prussia, but it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work like that. Which is fine, I guess. But anyway, Sweden leaves, and I go after the Ottomans. Firstly, go after Poland, because, I don't really want a Polish wedge into my Ottoman flank, so. This war is one of the wars of all time. I do like a really great carpet siege at the start, as you can clearly see. That's a pretty good carpet siege. The Ottomans take Moldova back, which was the war goal. I try and fight the Ottomans, and yep, doesn't work that well.